Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Taylor McIntyre. We begin tonight with an update on the controversial Caribou Recovery Plan. Earlier this morning, Peace River South MLA Mike Bernier, members of the Concerned Citizens for Caribou Recovery, and representatives of the Peace region presented their petition of more than 30,000 signatures to the provincial government in Victoria. The petition asked the government to halt the closure of the backcountry designed for caribou preservation, as critics say the draft plan lacked consultations with locals. But as we know, there was input from First Nations. The opposition says proposed backcountry closures will lead to massive job loss, specifically in forestry.
Significant job losses.
We asked them to give us science and data that would support the closures and the herd plans and what they were looking at doing in our community. They didn't do that either. So the petition resulted in about 35,000 signatures.
The BC government says it's creating a Made in BC solution after the Liberals' patchwork efforts, so the federal government won't impose a solution under the Species at Risk Act. Following this meeting and question period in the BC legislature, CJDC-TV spoke with Peace River South MLA Mike Bernier. He says the petitions now sit with the Premier and ministers.
The next steps obviously will be to keep pressuring the government. We can't just take our foot off the gas pedal right now down here in Victoria. We need to make sure, as over the next couple of weeks unfolds, as consultation around the province continues on, that we continue to hammer home that they have not done an adequate job, that they haven't made decisions based on science and fact, and until they actually stop and slow down on this process, I don't think we have any choice but to just keep the pressure on.
MLA Bernier says that during the meeting and question period, the Premier and ministers were defensive. He fears a decision has already been made.
The thing is that the Cabinet and the Premier will actually look at this, hear the pressure, and understand that more work needs to be done. Everybody is saying that we need to do our part on protecting caribou habitat, but at the end of the day, we also need to figure out how to coexist together. So hopefully, the Premier and his government will realize that the error in their ways, and that they have to really think this through before any drastic decisions are made that will negatively affect our economy.
CJDC-TV will continue to follow this story through the coming weeks and provide updates as they become available.